every day that I'm out here, I just look around and I feel gratitude for the opportunity I have to watch over and caretake, you know, because there'll be somebody else at some point down the road who will own this ground. Hopefully it's my kids, but we're simply caretakers in the time that we're given on this earth. And that's, for me, I just feel grateful I've had the chance to do what I love.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Stonefield Ranch channel, where we talk horsemanship, ranching, and Western lifestyle. We're here at the Circle P again. If you will remember, we shot a video called Cattleman last year, about the same time as when we released it with Landon Peterson. You're going to see a lot more of Landon on the channel. You know, I think it's helpful to understand where our food comes from, and so by partnering with Landon, I think we'll be able to bring you more of that day to day, which we're excited to do. So today we're going to talk a little bit about cattle feed. Landon lives in the southwestern corner of Wyoming. Winters can be pretty brutal here. You'll see 30 below 0 Fahrenheit on a fairly, I don't know, maybe a few days a year in the wintertime. So feeding programs are really critical up here to keep your cows healthy, keep their immune systems up, and so that they're retaining their calves. So we'll talk a little bit about that. So Landon, tell us a little bit about what you're feeding, what's in this hay, and how you're keeping your cows fed.
So what you'll see behind me is just a portion of what I feed through the winter. I mix it in just because this is a particular grain hay that has potential to have high nitrates. And if you feed it too consistently over the winter and you have high nitrates, it can cause abortion within your cattle. And so I feed it as a mixed in my ration. So I raise an alfalfa grass here on the ranch, and then I'll bring this in just to add some supplement and change feed. I think, you know, it's good to mix stuff up and not give the same feed all winter long.
And this is a three-way.
So this will be a three-way. So this has triticale, oats, and barley in it. And it makes a good feed. Like I say, I didn't test it. You can get it tested to determine if it's got nitrates or not. I didn't even bother with it because I have alfalfa and grass that I'm mixing in anyway.
So how do you know how to balance that?
So I just know that they say over, like an alfalfa is a low nitrate. Typically your grass are a low nitrate feed. And so if this is real high, then you got to feed it in even smaller portions. This only makes up less than a third of my feedings based by ton. And so I'll feed this a day, and then I'll go 2 days of alfalfa grass mix, and then I'll go back to this and just kind of rotate through. This has good energy content. It helps with the rumen. It's got a lot of fiber to it. The cows have to work that through their system. It works on their cut. They have to process it a little bit different because the way they have to chew their cut, it's all long stem. So it's good for their digestive system to have, I think, this mixed in.
A little dose of it.
So nutritionally, you know, it doesn't carry near the minerals that like alfalfa does. Okay. Alfalfa has a lot of vitamins and minerals in it, where this doesn't tend to have as much of that. So that's where you've got to make sure your mineral program's on par, because if you get low in other things like selenium and that kind of stuff, that can cause you problems come calving season when you're having white muscle disease and different things based on what you feed through the winter.
Talk to us a little bit about what you are running for supplements.
So as part of my supplements, one of the things I feed them is the Redmond sea salt 90 with selenium. I think nature does it best with the supplementation side of things. And so this just provides a wide variety of the basics. It has copper, selenium, phosphorus, magnesium, some of the other essentials that you need. But it comes in loose form. So a lot of guys will put out like your white salt block or the trace mineral block. The thing you have to realize, those are like 99% salt with very little trace mineral to them. And on top of that, the cow can lick all day long and not get what she needs.
And what is it that they're getting out of that mineral that keeps them going? Like, what is it that the cow needs out of that mineral? What does it do to them?
So if a cow is deficient in certain minerals like copper and I think it's magnesium, their ability to help with their immune system to fight off sickness is diminished. And so you can give them antibiotics and they won't respond just because they're lacking in minerals. And so those essential minerals are critical to their health, but also the calf's health. And so that's the thing you have to realize at this stage of pregnancy, which mine will start in April, is there's different stages that
start calving in April.
I'll start calving in April, and right now we'd be starting into that third trimester, and that's where your muscle growth and all of that development takes place. But before that, you had all your neurological development and your immune system stuff. All of that is coming through this pregnancy, and so if your cows are deficient at any stage in there, you potentially could set yourself up for failure in 9 months or at the end of the 9-month time frame, and then wonder why you're fighting sickness. And it could be your feed program and your minerals are not on par with what they should be.
So Landon, you're a first generation rancher. How did you learn all this stuff?
I research. I mean, I spend a lot of hours. The thing that I've run into is deciphering truth and figuring out what is good information. I read a lot of stuff from university studies. I spend a lot of time reading different studies that are put out, but you also have
from
to
different ag programs and stuff.
Yeah, from different ag programs. You have to look at who funds those as well, because that can influence the information that's put out. I watch a lot of seminars put on by cattlemen that have been around a long time. So this the Redmond sea salt came from a recommendation of a well-known guy that travels all over the U.S. and does a lot of consulting for ranches all over. And so he has a huge following of people that have proven what he teaches, I guess, and what he shares works. So it's all a part of the puzzle to keeping your animals healthy, because you can't starve the profit out of a cow. And if you try to take away certain things, it can end up eating you in the back end later. I've tried to do the best I can, ultimately, is what it is. Well, we appreciate you following along with us today. Want you to know that by no means is this an expert opinion, so if you have any additional input or things that you have found that work for you, go to the comments, let us know your thoughts. Always want to learn. That's my biggest philosophy, and I think that's Riley can agree that's how you get anywhere in life, is being able to continue your learning and education.
And I think that's a big part of why we do the channel, is to just make information more accessible to people. I mean, there's a lot of information out there, but sometimes it's hard to gather. It's in a lot of different places. So we appreciate Landon letting us come out and shoot at his place. Again, drop your comments in the section below. We'll try to be on those, and then we'll also include Landon's email address if you want to ping him with direct questions. Happy riding. Adios.